Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. The good ones have a little surprise, but the best stories seem to get better every time you tell them, and they are true. This story is about Larry Larsen of Sammamish, Washington. Larry's 74 and walks several times a week, always with a friend.
And I feel like I'm in pretty good shape because I do like to exercise. I was a pilot for United, and we had to take 3 physicals a year, 2 for the FAA and 1 for the company.
But on Wednesday, January 13th, after walking with his friend Randy Johnson on this trail near his home, Larry's chest hurt.
I came back, I said I was having a little pain in the chest. So I walked on home, and Priscilla said, anything going on? I said, yeah, I feel a little pain in my chest. And so she said, let's get in the car and go to wherever we were going to go. But see, none of this stuff do I remember.
Suddenly, Larry collapsed in the car. His wife, Priscilla, a trained nurse, tried to get him to a hospital fast.
I'm saying, Larry, Larry, don't leave me. Larry, Larry, breathe, breathe.
But traffic was heavy.
The traffic was so heavy, and I turned the corner, and I'm looking down the road, and I say, there's no way I'm going to make it, those lights. What am I going to do?
This was the closest hospital she could find.
She came in the veterinary clinic and said, he's not breathing. He's not breathing. Well, they thought she was talking about our dog. We don't have a dog.
A team of vets brought him in on a dog stretcher and were giving him CPR when Eastside Fire and Rescue arrived about 4 minutes later. But it did not look good.
Oh, absolutely no. Absolutely no. It didn't look good.
They were all pounding on my chest and zapping me.
But this life and death drama wasn't over by a long shot. After Larry was admitted to Overlake, Priscilla got a visit.
The doctor came in and he said, this situation is very grave, and we don't even know if he'll make it till morning.
Overlake doctors induced a coma to help Larsen's body preserve energy. Then, early Saturday morning, he flatlined. Doctors had to restart his heart 25 times.
We knew that God could do a miracle. I knew that the very first night when Pastor Chris came and he said, how do you want me to have people pray? And I said, well, that what God's will would be done, but I'm praying that God would give him a miracle.
Updates on Facebook asked for guidance for the family as the time for difficult decisions neared.
I felt confident that God was going to take this and he was going to do something with it.
A plea for prayer went out to friends and family here at home and all over the world, because that's where Larry and Priscilla Larsen's work had taken them. They'd visited young people in Ghana. They'd built playgrounds and schools in Cuba, in Kenya, and Romania, where Larry even helped build one of the nation's only miniature golf courses. Kids there love it.
And that's when I said to God, it's okay, you can do what you want to do. I'm still asking you for a miracle, but I'm going to trust you, whatever you decide. And Christopher wrote me the other day, and he said he thinks that that's when actually the miracle took place in his mind, was when I was willing to let Larry go. Then God gave him back to me.
Saturday night, Larry's eyes began to move. Sunday morning, he could nod his head and recognize family. And within 10 days of being admitted, Larry Larsen, on his own 2 feet, walked out of the hospital, literally walking away from death.
Well, death is something they say I've experienced 3 times, but I could not tell you a thing about death.
But he still remembers where it hurts.
It still hurts right in the center where they pounded on this.
Larry Larsen died.
That's what the doctors tell me, that I died several times.
Like Lazarus.
Yeah. You don't get any eternal life through me, but you get to see the power of God working, you know, when he brought me back from death, just like you would in Lazarus's case. You got to see the power of God, the power of people praying.
And now he can't wait to see what's next.
Yeah, exactly. What does God have in store next?
2010.
A few weeks later, veterinarian Catherine Cotton and her team were honored by local emergency officials for their quick thinking.
Thank you very much.
And here's the surprise. Cotton's first career was as an EMT. Today, Larry wants to thank everyone for not giving up, including the EMTs at Eastside Fire and Rescue. Every story does have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Larry Larsen will tell you that We never know the time and place when our story ends. And he can also tell you that whatever he was put on earth to do, maybe he's just not quite done doing it.
And they always say, hey, it's good to see you, Larry. And I say, you know, it's really good to be seen.